I went and took a break. Usually I try to do it when the ads are running, but I was really hungry. So I went to grab a chocolate milk. I'm back though. Yeah. Snap. I just gotta put this in the fridge. I made Muck sad. I used the last hot dogs and forgot to take more out of the freezer. Anyways. So this is Gig Game that we're checking out. I got a key from the devs. It is like a chill settlement economy simulator kind of game. We did the demo a few months back and I really enjoyed it. So when they had key requests open, I shot my shot. I had chocolate milk. Undo, it is super chill, and I love like the art style is absolutely adorable too. And so like as you can imagine, this would be a great game for me to play when the kids being a nightmare. It's nice to have chill games like this sometimes. Like in my arsenal. What? There's no fish there after all? I was told without a doubt, 100% guaranteed there would be some there. I guess that serves me right for listening to that wandering shaman. Oh well, lesson learned. In future, only trust in the old and tested astrology, tea leaves, and animal sacrifice. Anyway, there should be fish around here somewhere. Send your knight to look to the north for fishing grounds. Looks like you're gonna need some more scout packages, though, so don't forget to build a provisioner. I did that already. Okay. Love me some animal sacrifice. Yeah, that's one thing we're not too fond of in this channel. But I mean, at the same time, it is a very important aspect of some cultures, so. Animal cruelty, though. No. Almost as good as the humankind. Okay, that's forest. Okay. I thought so. Okay, let's see. Did we finish researching anything? Okay, peasant home. I can upgrade my peasant homes. Like, I don't know if there's a downside to doing this. Let's get some upgrades going. Okay, so we got some stone up here. But yeah, like, if you zoom in, you can really see, like, the... It's, like, got this adorable little, like, wood game piece, wooden toy aesthetic to everything. That's just like, I don't know. When I first played the demo of this, I fell in love with the like aesthetic. Because if you zoom out, you actually are, it is like playing a board game. It'd be kind of funny if you could change the, devs, if you're watching this, a really cool future feature you could add in would be the ability to change the radio. See, there's the box of pieces. So this game releases on Steam on the 25th. Should probably make sure I research that so that when we find one. That is a cool perspective shift. I know, right? It's also really neat, like, being able to go, like, all the way in, all the way to see, like, the little guys doing their thing. And, like, the individual, like, potatoes and... to, like, all the way out, where it's just, like... little figures moving on that game. Very creative and well done. Yeah, that's what I thought, like... and, like, the little fishies swimming around. I don't know, just... I really fell in love with the art style in this game. I really gotta get the economy up and going more, though. I'm trying to think of what else we can try to... Once I get the fish, that's gonna be the big thing, I think. I mean, it does say we need more wood. I don't get much cut from the wood, though. Potatoes, on the other hand. And planks. If I can get the planks leveled off, that'll be the good one. There we go. Oh, no, it's back down to negatives. Once we get the fish going, that's going to be the big thing, I think. I should probably try to expand my potatoes as well. Get another sawmill going and more potatoes. Yeah, because my potato consumption is almost the same as my production, and that's not good. Oh, we got one of the fishing grounds. I'm trying to keep all of these in the blue. Blue means that production is over consumption, which means we have some to use for the castle. I imagine that probably brings the castle price down as well. You found some good work. This place looks perfect. Let's build a city here and get fishing. Excuse me if I don't hang around. I can practically smell it already. Okay, so let's build a city right there. I need to get the road going here. Okay, let's do that. Or actually, let's take this off and let's build a sheep farm. Oh wow, there's a lot more to the tree than I thought. And then I can try to get sheep in here. Ah, Rabu. Oh, I should see if we can find that on streaming somewhere for the kid. I bet he'd lose his frickin' shit. Babe, yeah. What a top-notch movie. He's been insisting on movies sometimes for his quiet time. And if he's been good, we'll throw something on, because we still unfortunately have to share a room, so he usually does his quiet time in our bed with his lunch, and lately we've been putting a movie on the TV. But we've been sticking mostly with, like, the Disney classics. So far he's watched 101 Dalmatians, Lady and the Tramp. Today he did The Rescuers. What was one of the other ones we did? We've been sticking mostly with the animal ones because he really likes animals. There's another one with dogs. I can't remember which one it was. Oh, Fox and the Hound. He watched Fox and the Hound. That was the other one. He loves animals. When things get settled for us, Mux is gonna get us a puppy. But he even, like, the cats. He adores the cats. Beauty and the Beast is almost an animal. Yeah, I bet he probably loses shit with that one, too, because of all the talking dishes and stuff. Yes. But yeah, we've been focused on a lot of, like, the Chippendale Rescuing. Yeah, that's probably another one. I might do Rescuers Down Under next, because we did Rescuers today. And Down Under was one of my favorite ones as a kid. That and 101 Dalmatians. So we had the, so this is way back, right? Potentially dating myself, but hopefully not too much. We had 101 Dalmatians on VHS. And, we watched it so many times that at the part where all the puppies are, like, coming out of, like, I think it's, like, the coal, and they're running in the snow to get in the back of the truck, we wore it out, and that part was all staticky. Try out Neverending Story. Do you know what? I don't actually recall ever watching that, so that'll probably be when we actually watch it. Like, I know it's a big thing. I know I've probably seen it, but I don't think I don't know if I've actually ever watched it when I had memory. So that might be one that we actually watch as a family together. Yes. He also loves, so he was, Lux, what was the one that we watched when he was like 6 months old and he lost his shit at the edge of the bed? Mux isn't listening to me right now. 101 Dalmatians never stuck with you, but nothing but respect, yeah. It's an older movie. It's not animated. It's like a horror movie. And it's a musical. And it's about this guy that finds a plant from space or something. And it ends up eating everybody. The kid lost his shit with that one. I can't remember what it was called. But he loved it because of the singing, I think. I want to make the fishes. Ow. Okay, fishery unlocked. Yes. Peasant's fish. Aladdin is fun until as an adult you realize he's literally a bum stalking a woman. I mean, okay, here's the problem. If you analyze any of the non-animal stories, like especially the Disney stories, they're all kind of creepy. If you overanalyze any of the non-animal stories and movies, like especially like the old ones, they're all kind of creepy. If you think about it, like Beauty and the Beast, she literally gets kidnapped and sells herself to free her father. Like, see, I wasn't gonna go through that route. I was gonna go with the route of like she literally sells herself to free her father. Like sells herself into servitude to free her father. Like, and then essentially like, okay, essentially gets groomed into so it's like so it's like they all got their issues. I mean, I'm sure we could keep going. I will try to refrain just to not ruin too many childhood memories, including my own. But yeah, no. Okay, maybe this has always been your problem all along. You're just thinking too damn deeply. Well, it's not bad to think deeply. It's just sometimes you gotta step back a little. I mean, if you analyze anything, you can find finding issues even when none are there. Well, and the problem too is that, like, especially in terms of Disney, because a lot of the stories are actually, like, especially before they, like, teamed up with Pixar and stuff. Like, Pixar came up with their own shit. At least to an extent. But a lot of the Disney stuff, like, it's not their stories. They're taking, like, fables and, like, wives' tales and stuff like that. You were joking about Aladdin, you love that movie. I should watch that one with the kid, too. But still true. Well, that's kind of what I mean, though. It's like, back in the day, though, like, that was how things were done, right? I mean, hell, you tell almost anybody nowadays that, like, my dream goal in life is to be able to be a housewife and, like, do this shit on the side when I got spare time. Everybody's gonna tell me I'm wrong. You know? It's just... things change, and... Okay, let's try and start getting... Can I see how many... Okay, so I don't have enough home or jobs for everybody so far. You hate censorship fiercely, so never mistake your bitching as a cry to outrage chubby fluff. Like I said, we're pretty open here. I just, you know, accepting. Open and accepting. That's the big thing. Play deposit, eh? Never ending story is a jam. Yeah, I see. I don't recall watching it. I know it was a big thing probably when I was a kid. I don't know why I can't, like... I know the Fluffy Dragon. But that's about the only, like, memory that I kind of have about it. Is that the Fluffy Dragon is a thing. Short Circuit 1 and 2. I watched at least one of those with Mux. Mux did show me one of those. He actually has this huge, cute-ass robot. He actually has, this whole text file on his computer about movies he wants me to watch. So. That is one thing that we've been like, Johnny 5 is alive. That is one thing that, we've been trying to slowly work on, but it's kind of hard with the current situation. I'm hoping this week to try and get the kids. So I got the sheet. So like I was saying earlier, is that we have to share a bedroom. So I got a sheet that I'm going to try and modify. I've already cut it to size. I just need to hem the cut edge. Cut a door in it. And then, I'm like hem all the edges, and then I'm gonna add some ties and loops. And I'm gonna turn the kid's bed into like a tent. And we're hoping that he'll think that's so freaking cool that he'll want to sleep. That's the hope. Damn, a custom fort. Yeah, we had the idea already, but his doctor actually, like, even before we said anything, recommended doing something like that to try and help build a little bit of independence and privacy, since we have to share a room at the moment. So it's like this cool, like, space themed sheet, so we're actually gonna put it with the design on the inside. And then I got some stuffed animal nets for my own stuffed animals. So they came with these little, like, LED strings, and he knows how to turn them on. Because his grandmother has similar lights that came from, I don't even know where, but he found them one day when he was visiting. And he knows how to turn them on. So I figure if I can even set those up on the inside, he can turn them on or off as he wants. They're just battery powered. What if inside he starts to plot a mutiny and other schemes in secrecy? The only schemes I could see him plotting in secrecy would be how best to use Mux as a trampoline, and how best to try and catch all the kitties, because those seem to be the biggest, I would say, problematic behaviors at the moment. But yes, no, you should. It's hilarious. Sometimes, like, it'll be like 6:30 at night when we'll be trying to get him down to bed, and Mux will be lying on the bed, and he'll just climb right on top, stand on his belly, and start bouncing. He's kitty indoctrinated. Oh, he loves the cats. He loves the cats so much. I'm hoping that once this finishes... The cult of Kitty. No, he loves the cats. He really does. Nice ring to it. Say, I could actually build another thing there. I need this to get built. Never owned a cat, but you take care of some from time to time and had a couple girlfriends with them. When I was a kid, we essentially weren't allowed to have anything other than fish. There was an outdoor cat that we, like, fed and took care of for a little while. But then in the winter, we took it to... my parents found somebody else that would take it in. and I think it eventually ran away. But then when I was in grade, I want to say 7, pretty sure it's 6 or 7, my youngest sister, who at the time would probably have only been in grade like 1 or 2, like she was, because I think there's, yeah, it would have to be 1 or 2. She was playing with one of her friends down the street, and they found a small, tiny kitten, like not even joking, like, so like think of like what would that be? Like a 7-year-old, a 6 or 7-year-old, and this kitten fit in the palm of her hand. It's like the eyes were glued shut with like pus and stuff. And so we brought it in, and my mom and I like helped nurse it back to health. And my dad tried to get us to take it to a shelter, and my mom essentially said, no fucking way, because they'll probably just put it down. And then our house had a mouse problem, so my dad ended up letting us keep the cat with the hope that it would help deal with the mouse problem. It did not. And then she got out one day, came back the next day, and was pregnant. So then we had 2 cats. She only had 1 kitten, but she was tiny. She was a very tiny cat, and her eye, one of her eyes never fully healed. So we don't even know if she was, like, she was clearly the runt. She was probably sick. And that's probably why she was, like, we think that the mother may have kicked her out of the nest. But she was so small, she only had 1 kitten. And so we ended up keeping that cat as well. And that was the beginning of me having cats. Then, when I moved out of my mom's place, I lived somewhere that didn't allow pets for a little bit. But as soon as I could, I got Penguin. And she lived almost 18 years, about 18 years. And then I got Pickles. You're loving the cat lady origin story, by the way. I got Pickles when I was in university. And then, I don't know if people know this, Comet was actually one of the outdoor kittens from a outdoor stray that Mux used to help keep okay. And Comet, essentially, from the time, like, almost before he could even walk, would try to follow Mux inside. So once the mother started leaving them on their own, Mux scooped them up and gave them to me. You're loving the cat lady origin story, by the way. But yeah, so, like, that's my... I used to come home from lunch to feed Suki, the first little one we found. Because she needed to be bottle fed. It looks like a lot of this is going pretty okay. Yes, our fish is going. That is good. Now that we have production going, the city will start trading excess fish. Let's purchase some for ourselves to store in our castle, which we can then sell later if there's ever a shortage and people start to get hungry. You don't want unhappy peasants. Let me tell you that. Pestants? You don't want unhappy pestants, let me tell you. I learned that the hard way. The pitchforks, the torches, Okay, so let me set fish to... Okay, target stock is 30. I'm actually set the thing to be down here now. Oh, I can't do sheep. %15 output when adjacent to mountain. Heck yes. Okay, I gotta start getting... some of this stuff upgraded, though. All right. Okay, it looks like our money's actually going up a little bit now, though. Probably because of the fish. Although the price on the fish isn't very high. The wool will be nice, though, potentially. I need more lumber, though. How's my lumber supply looking? Let's speed it up and see how it goes. Okay, my upgrades are getting finished, so that's good. Okay. Very good. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now our funds are coming in a little bit better. Okay, everything's blue. So that's good. Oh, that is locked out, so that's why he's a... I was like, why is he exploring here? I had him exploring the other way. But... if I can get more fishing going, that'll probably be useful. Actually, if I could get another camp with fishing and lumber going. Like, maybe right here. Let me get another city going up there. Maybe let's try making that our last city. Because there's coal there as well. Oh, I don't have enough money for it yet. Let's let him go a little bit longer and see if we can get... Oh, I don't have that on auto. That's why it's not buying. Okay. That works. Okay, I think these are slowly getting built. Thanks for always being cool, even when you blast off on a rant or say some weird things. I'm the best. Hey, no worries. I mean, I try. I try. Thank you for being here. Like, I mean... oh, I'm here for you. Okay, I don't want to say I'm here entirely for you guys. Because I kind of started streaming just to something to do. But, and I'd probably still be streaming even if nobody was here, but, I mean... you guys definitely make it a lot more fun and a lot more interesting. No, I like having big discussions like that. It's kind of... it makes life interesting and... wonderful! With that fish, I'm sure the peasants will be happy in no time. Why wouldn't they be? What luxury! Your work is done here. I think you're really starting to get the hang of this whole building thing. Keep this up and you may even get as good as Mr. Nuts and I. Toodaloo! Alright, next campaign? There's like a free play of this too, so... keeping it spicy in the peanut gallery. Hey, peanuts are one thing I will not tolerate. No, I'm allergic, so... actually sucks because we can't give the kid peanuts to try and make sure he doesn't develop an allergy because he's a cereal sharer and he will sometimes force feed you his food. He's also a messy eater, so he gets the food everywhere. So, we don't need me going into anaphylactic shock just for that. I don't know if I would, but when he was having some peanut snacks, we did try a few. Like, I had, like, my throat did not feel good that night. It definitely sucks. See, people always say it must really suck being allergic to peanuts. Welcome back, my dear subject. Welcome to your first real job. But I've always been allergic, like, for my whole memory. So, I don't even, like... I don't have anything to miss, you know? Not only that, but, and I know I've talked about this before, the smell of peanut butter, and even the kids' Wow butter, because we do give them Wow butter, which is 100% peanut free. But the smell of peanut butter, to me, is just as bad, if not worse, than a rotting corpse. Which I know because of roadkill situations. So, because my whole life I've associated it with death, right? So, it's just kind of funny how, like, that's what matters, you know? Isn't this place lovely? Trees, mountains, and by the scent of salt in the air, the ocean must be nearby. Do you know what would make this place even more beautiful? If it were economically productive. So much food as nuts are produced in a factory, maybe with them. See, the may contain, I don't worry about. I've never worried about the may contain. So I am supposedly anaphylactic. However, I did get allergy shots as a kid. And, I mean, my parents used to force me to make my kids my sister's peanut butter sandwiches. Yeah, I've never been worried about the may contain. But, I don't eat them outright, you know? There's actually a funny story about that. Let me get through the dialogue and then I'll... Today, your goal is to build up a basic economy with all the resources which the peasant inhabitant class needs. Potatoes, wood, fish, and wool. I've built a research center and a provisioner to speed things up a bit. Let's get building. So, when I was in maybe... there are no cities here, so we're going to have to start from scratch. You know how this goes. Start with 2 cities, 1 potatoes, and 1 wood. So when I was in... I want to say kind of like maybe somewhere between grade 1 and 3 age. I don't know exactly. It might have even been younger. I was in the back seat of the car, and this was back before you had to worry. People worried too much about some of this shit. But my mom left me in the car while she just ran very quickly into the convenience store to, I'm assuming, get herself cigarettes. While she was in there, she got me my favorite chocolate bar. So, you thought I was gonna say, you know, peanut butter smells like a rotting corpse because you're a serial killer. So, like, this was way back in the day. So, at this time, there was no may contain or, like, no warnings at all. Just, like, the ingredients they intended to be in the item. And, you know, so she reaches back, she gives me my chocolate bar, and there we go, right? So, I peel the top off, take a big bite out of my chocolate bar, and then peel the wrapper down a little bit more, you know, like a banana, where you keep the wrapper on so you don't get melted chocolate on your fingers. And then all of a sudden, I'm just shoving the chocolate bar up through the seats. Mommy, what's this white thing? Sure enough, there's a big-ass peanut in the middle of my chocolate bar. So she rips it out of my hand, doesn't even tell me what the white thing was, just rips my chocolate away. So I'm here sad because my chocolate's gone. Goes back into the store, comes back out with a whole new chocolate bar. So now, I'm happy, because now I have a whole new chocolate bar, and I already took 1 or 2 bites of the other chocolate bar. So I got like a whole extra half a chocolate bar. What I didn't know until many, many years later is that white thing was a peanut. And it was in an After 8 back when that was owned by Laura Secord. And I also didn't know why, for like 5 years, we had a seemingly unlimited amount of Laura Secord chocolate in the house. And apparently, my parents decided to get paid off in like $500 worth of chocolate instead of suing. But anyways, it was actually only like 2 or 3 years after that, like I'm gonna say 2 to 5 years after that that all of the, like, probably even less, that the may contain issues, like the may contain labels started showing up on chocolate and other products. So I always jokingly, but it may not actually be a joke, that I am the reason why allergen alerts now exist on food. Not a bad settlement, that free chocolate. It was like little tiny ones. But yeah, I never knew that was why until like many, many years later. But it was like there was just bags and bags of this shit on top that were kept on top of the fridge for like a good couple of years. So yeah, I always tell people that like, hey, I'm like one of the reasons that your allergy alerts exist. Okay. Let's get the settlement going. Hi. Okay, so let's get let's do wood here and potatoes here. Hang on one second. The OG nut Karen. Oh god. My mom would probably have been like the biggest Karen ever. Like these days. Like, good god, thank god, like, YouTube and stuff wasn't really a thing when we were little. Anyways, we're gonna go check on the kid with his nap, and I have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna push the ad a little early so that it runs while I'm AFK. And then I will be right back. Hold tight. I'm being attacked by bubbles. And then we'll probably do a little bit more, and then I might stop so that me and Mux can play a bit. But I will be back. Hold tight.